You know, the United States of America was the greatest country before Trump, and it's the greatest country now after Trump. The white supremacists want to go back. They want to go back to the days when it was legal to own slaves.
You are about to be entertained by the ape, the young man who has become a legend in his own time. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
So can a bunch of Trump supporters can't handle the truth either. Welcome, everybody. It's the day after 9/11. It's the September 12th, 2024. And we all took part in the somber proceedings yesterday. Well, welcome. It's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program. And it's on blogtalkradio.com, RonKellyShow.com, and we are broadcasting live on YouTube right now, on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Missed you last week. I think I got sound this time. If I don't have sound with somebody, please tell me. But I'm pretty sure that I have sound right now. Anyway, welcome, everybody. Just a couple of days after the butt kicking, the ass kicking, I should say, of Donald Trump by Kamala Harris. And, you know, and a lot of the people are right about what they say about some of the stuff that she didn't say. You know, but she said enough. And poor Trump just can't take a criticism. Can't take criticism. So he did, exactly what Kamala Harris and the Dems wanted her to do. And in newsflash, he says he's not going to debate her again. So I guess that butt whipping was enough. And, when the people on Fox News, Brit Hume and some of the other folks, some of the diehard Thomas Ford, some of the diehard Republicans are saying that Kamala Harris won. I mean, take a look at that. You gotta take a look at that. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about. Last week, some issues with the sound. Somebody gave me the thumbs up. I'm not sure who that was, but I think that the sound is okay today. So anyway, welcome in, welcome back. We got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about this debate, and sadly enough, I know I'm probably the only person in America that thought about it, but Rudy Giuliani. Well, let me start with this. Rudy Giuliani was America's mayor. You remember when You remember when Rudy Giuliani came out and, because Rudy Giuliani was the mayor of New York City at the time, 23 years ago. Rudy Giuliani was the mayor of New York City. And you remember how Rudy Giuliani came out and calmed everybody, and, he wasn't panicked. He was a good leader. And Rudy Giuliani came out, and everybody was so impressed by Rudy Giuliani's presence, how he talked to people and he calmed people, and he did a great job of controlling everything. He did a great job. And then you fast forward to today, Rudy Giuliani so he goes from America's mayor, because they used to call Rudy Giuliani America's mayor after 9/11. That's the nickname that he gained from his leadership, his poise and his leadership during the first hours after 9/11. So that was a moniker that was given to him. He was known as the America's mayor. And then fast forward to 2023 with a career in ruins. He can't even practice law license taken, And see, this is some of the things that happen to the people who latch on to Donald Trump. It's never a soft landing. You're going to crash and burn like everybody else who associates themselves with Donald Trump and his nonsense. They all wind up broke or broke in prison, homeless, in a lot of cases, whatever the case may be. But when you hit your wagon to Donald Trump, nothing good is going to happen. Nothing good is going to happen. His fixer, Cohen, went to prison. There's so many other people. Mike Pence's career is in shambles. He couldn't be elected dog catcher right now. And then some of the enemies he kills as well. But when you hook your wagon to Donald Trump's horses, you wind up in bankruptcy court, basically, because that's what happened to Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani had a good reputation, was known as America's mayor. So okay, he got married 3 times and divorced 3 times, but I don't want to hold that against him. And Rudy Giuliani had a great reputation as America's mayor. That's what they used to call Rudy Giuliani, America's mayor. Rudy Giuliani, America's mayor. And once he got hooked up with Trump, that's when things started to fall apart for Rudy Giuliani. Now, I'm probably the only person in America that thought about Rudy Giuliani yesterday prior to the proceedings for the 9/11 memorial. And my thinking was like, he probably should have been there. He probably should have been there, but because of the implosion of his reputation and all the other things that have happened to him, he decided, I suppose, not to show up. Or maybe he was there in some limited role, or maybe he sat in the car or whatever. But Rudy Giuliani was America's mayor. He was well known for coming out and, being masterful in his management style and approach and how he handled it. Now, New Yorkers felt a little bit better because Rudy Giuliani was the mayor at the time. He was the mayor. He was at the helm. So even amongst the chaos, he went down there and walked around and all the dust and stuff. And, he made a great name for himself. America's mayor. I mean, why not? Because that's what people thought of him, of his performance during that 9/11 attack and shortly thereafter. So it's kind of strange that Rudy Giuliani now was not at the memorial yesterday because he hitched his wagon to Trump, and like everybody else, other people as well, they hooked their wagons to Trump and he wound up underground. And that's what happened to poor Rudy Giuliani. He wound up destroyed. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't have anything to do with it. I'm not saying that he didn't, kick himself, because he did. I'm not going to say that he didn't. He played a role in what happened to him. He decided, because Rudy Giuliani's I figure it must be a pretty smart guy. And he knew that Donald Trump lost that election. He knew. But Trump has this thing, we'll get into that later. Trump has this thing that gets people to jump off of a cliff. For him, is just exactly what Rudy Giuliani did. America's mayor to America's moron. That's what Rudy Giuliani did. He hooked his wagon to Trump. He pushed that nonsensical election fraud theory. And look what it cost him. It cost him his law license. He's a laughing stock. He can't even practice law. And that was his bread and butter, practicing law. Now he can't practice law. Can he consult? Can he be a consultant? Sure, if somebody will hire him. But he can't even practice law anymore. And his reputation is destroyed behind Trump. See, this is what happened to most Trump surrogates. Ronald McCready says everything. Yeah, this is what happens to most Trump surrogates. I mean, look what happened to Mike Lindell, the pillow guy. Mike Lindell, the pillow, my pillow. Look what happened to him. You know, people stopped buying his stuff. You don't even see his commercials on TV anymore. If you see him on Fox. Mike Lindell, destroyed. Cohen, his fixer, in jail for 2 years. Anybody that messes with Trump, anybody that touches the hem of his garment, wind up in trouble. And I thought about Rudy Giuliani yesterday. I'm like, wow, why isn't Rudy? Rudy should be here because he held it down for New York when he was back in the day when he was the mayor in 2001. He was the mayor of the city of New York, and he held it down. It's a shame that he wasn't there because he had just such a significant impact on it and on what the mindset of people in New York. He had a significant effect on everybody. But what happens when you mess with Trump? This is what happens. Like I said, Mike Lindell, the pillow guy. When have you seen the pillow guy? I haven't seen him either. I haven't seen Rudy Giuliani either. You know, and the list goes like on and on. Jeffrey Cohen. I mean, you see him, he's kind of like resurrected, but Trump didn't totally bury him. But there's a long list of people who have connected with Trump and they wound up, broke, busted, bankruptcy, and with no reputation at all. And this is what happens to people when they hook up with Mr. Trump. So I know you're waiting for me. I'm going to get into the I'm going to get into Ronald McCready before I move any further. Ronald McCready says they pay the price and Trump continues to. Exactly. That's my point. The people go to jail, they lose their reputations, their licenses, their livelihoods, and Trump just moves on to the next victim. Now he's got Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. of all people. RFK Jr. is the weirdest Kennedy that I've ever seen. He is just, and they're right, he's just weird, right? RFK Jr. He's a weird dude. Because the Kennedys have been Democrats for years. It was never unheard of that Kennedy would support a Republican. Unheard of. I mean, we talk about the Kennedys, John F. Kennedy, Robert Kennedy. I mean, the Kennedy dynasty that would never endorse a Republican. But here comes this clown who kind of just fell into the birth line, RFK Jr. This is a son of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who was assassinated by Sirhan Sirhan back in the 60s. This is the icon, Robert F. Kennedy. And now here comes this joker. Ronald McCready says never. Here comes this joker who couldn't be president, tried to hold the candidates hostage for jobs. Just embarrassing. Just embarrassing. JFK must be spinning in his grave right now watching this. Just embarrassing. So now Trump's got RFK, he got Tulsi Gabbard, and somehow or another he gets these people to throw themselves to the wolves for him. Somehow or another. I don't know what it is. Could be voodoo dolls. It could be, Cupid dolls. It could be something. But Trump always manages to get people to put their asses on the line for him. He gets people to put themselves on the line who's espousing his nonsense about election interference. And, now you have the Speaker of the House trying to tie, the Speaker of the House is trying to tie, because the budget is about to, the country's going to run out of money pretty soon. So the Speaker of the House decides that he's going to come up with a bipartisan bill, but they want to attach voting rights to it. So here's what they want to do. They want to put up a bill that will keep the government going, government funding bill. But in that bill, they want for, anybody who votes that you have to show citizenship. Anybody that votes has to show citizenship. That's part of that bill. That's part of the stopgap measure to keep the government running. That's part of the bill. Inside the bill, it says, along with, running the country, it says that all new people who want to vote, they have to show some kind of citizenship papers. I mean, I can't make this stuff up. I can't make this stuff up. The Republicans are already at it, and that if Kamala Harris wins this race, there's going to be some crap going on that you would not believe. So, yeah. So, and one other thing. One other thing is that the views and opinions expressed here are exclusively those of myself and R. Kelly Media Enterprises, LLC, and are not those of my advertisers or my support team or anybody who supports my efforts here on the Ron Kelly Talk Radio Show. Now, I was gonna invite you guys. I wanted to invite you guys in. Shout out to my cousin George Crawford. Let's put Harris in. That's right. Let's put Harris in. Ronald McCready says they're sacrificial lambs. Yeah. See, so that's just part of it. The part of it is getting her elected. That's just the half of it. Because once she gets elected, you better believe that those Secretary of States of the states that she won, the Republican states, if she wins enough of those battleground states, you better believe that if the Secretary of State of that state is a Republican, he is not going to certify that election. So y'all better know that it's going to be a problem. If Kamala Harris wins, it's going to be a problem. Trust me, it's going to be a problem if she wins, because the Republicans are not going to accept it. They are not. The Republicans are not going to accept if Kamala Harris wins. They're not going to accept it. Believe that. So it's going to be some other stuff. Seen that Civil War movie? Well, why do you think they made it at this time? Am I saying it's going to be a Civil War? No. But yeah, it's going to be a problem. Kamala Harris wins, it's going to be a problem. Trust me, it's going to be a problem. Okay, we'll take a break and we'll come back with more. Shout out to my people on LinkedIn who have been really engaging the Ron Kelly Show. I appreciate you for that. Also, Facebook and my legion of fans on Facebook. And YouTube, the Ron Kelly Show YouTube channel, which I would not complain at all if you went over there and subscribed to it. So we'll take a break and we'll come back with more. It's the Ron Kelly Show, and it's on blogtalkradio.com, RonKellyShow.com. Yes, indeed, I am the man. What a news cycle this is. This guy has got to go. Trump has got to go. George Floyd snuffed out by this police officer who's supposed to be serving and protecting people.
It's the Ron Kelly Show.
Well, righty then. And the Ron Kelly Show, brought to you in part by Amica and Porterfield Transportation. For 40 years, Amica and Porterfield, located in Plainfield, New Jersey, has been a leader in the transportation business. Amica and Porterfield, for 40 years since the 80s, have continued to provide safe and reliable transportation to and from your destination, school trips, school districts, as a matter of fact, that they handle, trips to the casino and so forth, private transportation, you name it, they can do it. Give them a call, 973-753-6423. That's 973-753-6423. Once again, 973-753-6423. If you need safe, reliable transportation, family union, you name it, they can do it. 973-753-6423. That's the number for if you want to reach out to America and Porterfield Transportation. And Tasha's Caribbean and Soul Restaurant, matter of fact, you can order online, and with this coupon code POSTC22, that's POSTC22, you get $5 off your online order with that coupon code POST-C22. Now you use that and you can save $5 on your online order at Tasha's Caribbean and Soul Restaurant. The food was great. I've been there, located in Orange, New Jersey. So you go on to Tasha's CaribbeanSoul.com/order. That's Tasha's CaribbeanSoul.com/order. Use that coupon code POST-C22, POST-C22. You get $5 off your online order. Now, don't walk into the store now saying, "Hey, what happened to my discount?" You only get the discount if you go online. You only get the discount if you order online. That's how it goes. Okay, everybody, it's 23 minutes past the hour. It's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio Show. Had some issues last week. I think it was the Wi-Fi last week. And I think it was the Wi-Fi that when I was in it, nobody was able to hear me last week. And I'm sitting here talking and nobody heard me. So the Wi-Fi is good. The signal is strong. We're back today. It's Thursday. It's the day after 9/11. So it's your boy, Ron Kelly. This is the Ron Kelly Talk Radio Show. So Ronald McCready says the public is a sore loser. Yeah, they are. They are. And if y'all think for 1 minute that they're going to just transfer the power to Kamala Harris, I'm telling you right now, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. They are going to be the ones to interfere in the election, and they're not going to certify the election. They're going to throw all kinds of monkey wrenches into the works, and it may be months before Kamala Harris finally takes her rightful place. It's going to be months before she assumes the presidency. I'm telling you, it's going to be months. George, my cousin George says she needs a big time landslide. We don't need this thing to be closed. Yeah, and that's true, cuz, but either way, however you look at it, it's going to be a problem with Trump. It's going to be a problem. They are not going to accept the outcome of this election. And he's already telegraphed it. He's already said it. He doesn't accept 2020, the results of 2020. He's still saying that there's some people who were, he's still saying that he won. There was some monkeying around with the votes, the tally. He's still saying that he won. We all know he didn't win. We know he didn't win. But he's still saying that he did. And he won't say whether he'll accept the results of the election. He won't say. So you know right there that he's got him and his minions are scheming. Like I said, you got the Speaker of the House trying to include a citizenship clause into voting. So that means I don't have citizenship papers. I was born here. So does that mean that I can't vote because I don't have citizenship papers? I mean, is that what that means? I can't vote because I don't have citizenship papers? Because that's what they tried to slide in under the radar, that you have to have citizenship papers in order to vote. See, because the Republicans know that the minorities are going to be the ones that put Kamala Harris over the top. They know that. They know that. And they know that them and the Swifties, it's a lot of people kind of laughed when Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris, but that's not, she's got almost 300 million followers on whatever, Instagram. 300 million people follow this chick. So you think she ain't got no influence? Of course she does. So Donald Trump is running scared. He got his brains beat out. And now he's running because he's saying that he's not going to debate her again. And rightfully so. Yeah, don't debate her because she's going to blow your brains out like she did the last time. She needs a big time landslide, but we don't need this thing to be close. No, we don't. But no matter what happens, if she wins by a landslide or if she just has barely enough electoral votes to win, either way, it's not going to be easy to get the election certified. It's not going to be easy. Now my thinking is now who certifies the election, because she is the vice president, and usually this vice president, the sitting vice president, certifies the election in the Senate in Washington. So who's going to certify? It can't be her because she's won now, and she'll be the president. So it can't be her, but somebody's got to be the person who certifies the election. So it's going to be interesting to see. November 7th is fast approaching. November 5th, I should say, is fast approaching. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because I really don't believe that the Republicans are going to just say, oh, okay, cool, you won. No, it's not going to go down like that. Trump is going to press the button, and there's going to be problems. Okay, everybody, it's about halfway through the show. It's about 28 minutes past the hour. Well, actually, it's not 28 minutes past the hour. It's 41 minutes past the hour, actually, on your tablets and laptops and cell phones. But I've only been on the show for 28 and just about 30 minutes. I've been on the program. Okay, so she's gonna need they're gonna need the Army and the National Guard to get her in, because there's gonna be a problem. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a problem. All right, everybody, it's 30 minutes past the hour. It's the Ron Kelly Show, broadcasting live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube as well. And I'm gonna post in the chat. I'm gonna post in the chat. I'm gonna post in the chat the link to the program. I'm gonna put it in the chat. This program is on right now. Let me just write this down really quick, and I'm going to put this. And so if you want to come on the air and if you want to show your face, you want to show your face, you can come onto the program with this link. NICHAA. Okay. All right. I'm going to put the link in the chat for this particular program. I'm going to put the link in the chat, and you can, and if you want to, all you have to do is click on it, and it'll take you directly into the show. you want to tangle with me? Go right ahead. Okay, that's the link. The link is on YouTube and the link is on Facebook. That's the link to log into the program. So there it is. So if you want to log into the program, now be warned, comb your hair or whatever, because if you log yourself into the program, you're going to be on the air with me and you'll be visible to my legions of Ron Kelly Show fans. So if you want to give your opinion about what happened the other night, you want to give your opinion about Trump, you know, did he win? Did he lose? You're welcome to do so. Just click onto the link I just put in the chat room, in the chat for this particular show. It's not going to happen again. But for Facebook and YouTube, the link to the chat is there. So you can you click on the link and it will take you directly into the program and you'll be able to see me and hear me, and everybody else will be able to see you and hear you too. Not a big deal. You don't have to be seen if you don't want to be seen. You don't have to. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, I talked a little bit earlier about the bodies, the bodies that lay on the battlefield of Trump. The bodies that lay on the battlefield of Trump whenever he you know, it's the risk you take to support him. That's the risk you take. You know, you take a big risk when you support Donald Trump. And you see what happens. See what happened to poor Rudy Giuliani. And I can't say poor because he volunteered for it, you know, but this is the mystique. This is how, you know, now you have these people in the Senate, Jim Jordan in the Congress, rather, Elise Stefanik, Nicole Maria, Maria Pocket, I can't think of it. Yeah, Nicole, the Staten Island Congresswoman. You got all these people who just want to kiss Trump's ring. You know, they just want to kiss Trump's ring. And these people are more than happy to put their asses on the line for Donald Trump. More than happy. Okay, it's 33 minutes it's 46, it's 14 minutes before the hour, everybody. It's 33 minutes before the end of this program. So I'll be going past 8 o'clock because I didn't come on the air at 7 o'clock. So everybody. So yes, you know, we watched the debate. I watched the debate into the whole thing. I watched because I got to see, because I don't really like watching this stuff. You know, I really didn't want to watch the debate, but I did because I have people. When I'm talking to you guys, I want to inform you properly. I don't want to be guessing or, you know, I want to have the right information for you guys. Just like now I've said it already in the chat room. In the chat room for this program and for YouTube. There's a link there. There's a link there for anybody who wants to log into the Ron Kelly Show and be heard here on the show. You can do that with that link if you choose to. So when you look on the chat room and it says StreamYard.com, that's the link to get into the show. Okay, Cousin George says these people worship Trump. He said, yeah. And see, so, and the other thing too, I guess, you know, Trump, the famous the famous, I forget what the name of the show was, but he said, I grabbed them by the pussy. That's what he said about the women. I grabbed them by the pussy. They let me do it because I'm famous. So are you male Trump supporters? Would you be okay if Trump grabbed your wife or your daughter by the pussy? Would you be all right with that? You're endorsing it because you're endorsing him. Because when you endorse somebody, you endorse everything that they do. So you can't say, oh, well, you know, you can't excuse his behavior. if you're aware of it, you know it, you endorse him anyway, you're endorsing the whole person. You're not just endorsing, you're endorsing the whole person. You're endorsing the 34 convictions. You're endorsing the liability for rape. You're endorsing all of that stuff. As a Trump supporter, you're doing all of that. So Trump really is their God. Trump really is their God. So, you're endorsing it all. So those of you, and I'll be coming for you, trust me, those of you who are supporting Donald Trump, you must support his grabbing women by the pussy. You must support that. You have to. Because if you support Trump, you support all that he does. And part of what he does is grab women by the pussy. So I guess if you met Trump somewhere, if you went to the rally and you met Trump backstage and he grabbed your wife by the pussy, would you be okay with that? I mean, I don't think so. I would think that you wouldn't be. But some people, you never know. That's all right. Trump grabbed my wife by the pussy. It's all right. Don't worry about it. I hope he enjoyed it. Yeah, and George says that it's unbelievable how he it's unbelievable how people it's unbelievable how people just love this man. It's unbelievable. It's actually unbelievable. So yeah. But so we have another debate coming up with Tim Walz and JD Hogg. Remember the Dukes of Hazzard? JD Hogg. Yeah, so we got JD and Tim Walz is coming up pretty soon. So the price you pay for dealing with Trump, the price you pay. The price you pay for dealing with Donald Trump. It's just unbelievable. So, it's going to be so this is what happens to people who deal with Trump. They get burned. Poor Rudy Giuliani. And like I said, I was probably the only person in America that gave a thought to Rudy Giuliani. But I did think about it. Because I remember watching on television how Rudy Giuliani was calm and cool and collected, and he dictated, and he assured the people of New York, not just American people, but the people in New York, he assured them with his leadership that everything was going to be okay. And as it turned out, it was. And Rudy Giuliani, for a long time, he was America's mayor. He was credited with cleaning up 42nd Street, which he did. Because I remember when I used to go on 42nd Street as a kid, and it was all smut and sex and hookers and all kinds of stuff. And then you go on 42nd Street now, it's Disney, the House of Wax and some of these kind of places. It's not nowhere near like it used to be. And Rudy Giuliani was credited for that because nobody ever thought that they would be able to clean up 42nd Street. But Rudy Giuliani did clean up 42nd Street. So he cleaned up 42nd Street. He was a comforting leader in the hours after 9/11. So he had a really good reputation. But what happened? He hooked himself up with Trump, and the roof caved in. And this is what happens to anybody who hooks up with Trump. Your roof will cave in eventually. Take a break and come back with more. It's the Ron Kelly Show. And it's on blogtalkradio.com, the RonKellyShow.com. Yes, indeed, I am the man. What a news cycle this is. This guy has got to go. Trump has got to go. George Floyd snuffed out by this police officer who's supposed to be serving and protecting people.
It's the Ron Kelly Show.
Yes, indeed, I am the man. What a news cycle this is. This guy has got to go. Trump has got to go. George Floyd snuffed out by this police officer who's supposed to be serving and protecting people.
It's the Ron Kelly Show.
All right, everybody, we are back. It's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program, and it's on blogtalkradio.com, the RonKellyShow.com, Facebook, LinkedIn. Shout out to my LinkedIn people who have really been engaging and indulging in the Ron Kelly Show. There might be a job in there. You know, I will be more than happy to do a radio show every day and work from home. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'd be more than happy to with a contract. No contract, no radio show. Unless I could do it on my own terms and I don't have to move. But anyway, everybody, welcome. It's 3 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock. It's 15 minutes before the ending of this show because I didn't start exactly at 7 o'clock. But anyway, it's Ron Kelly Talk Radio program. And it's on blogtalkradio.com, the RonKellyShow.com. And of course, on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And shout out again, once again, to my LinkedIn people. They're taking over the Facebook people. The LinkedIn people are really stepping up to the plate and listening to the Ron Kelly Show. And I just need the right person to listen. You're all the right person, but I need that other person who who controls things to put the R. Kelly Show out there in the mainstream radio. Looking forward to that. It's going to happen. Looking forward to it. Anyway, yeah, so I put the link in. I put the link on. Is it still there? Yeah, I put the link on the chat in case anybody wanted to chime in. I know how, because I used to be like nervous about calling into radio shows, and I'm a radio personality or something that I do. And I mean, not anymore, but there was one time as a radio personality that I was nervous about calling other radio shows. Not because I thought the host was going to stump me or anything like that. It's just something about it. It's just something about being in front of a bunch of people that, I mean, it doesn't bother me anymore, but there's something about being in front of a bunch of people that kind of spooks us and makes us not want to get out there. You know, we kind of get spooked. But anyway, thanks. John McCready, Lamont Gates. I think, did Lamont Gates say anything today? No, I didn't hear from Lamont Gates. But yeah, these, you know, and I want to talk a little bit about the people like these ex-pastors and these ex-reverends who now have seen the error of their ways. They've seen the errors of their ways, and they, you know, have debunked religion and God and all of this stuff. They've seen the errors of their ways. And let me tell you something, too much of anything is not good. Too much of anything is not good. The Bible doesn't say God doesn't say put every ounce of everything you got into me. No, he doesn't say that. He doesn't say that. I mean, you still have a life to live, and you live your life by him and through him, but God doesn't say, and it doesn't say in the Bible that you have to give every ounce, but you still have to work. Those who are married have families, and you've got children, and you got to address all of these things. You know, you can't just put everything in God and don't go to work and pray all the time. No, you still have responsibilities here on earth. And I think that some of these people, these Jesus haters, I like to call them, have put too much into religion. Because a fire can warm you or it can burn you. If you use fire properly, it can give you life. If you use fire improperly, it can take your life. And I think that some of these people who were the ones that are Jesus haters now, they put too much of themselves into religion. They put too much of themselves. They didn't understand the balance between religion and your own, your responsibilities, things you have to do. And now they're mad at God, and now they're debunking religion. This is your fault. You effed up. You put your whole kit and caboodle into religion, and you didn't get back what you thought you should have gotten. Now you're mad. Now you want to go on social media and talk about God and talk about the stupid ish I did when I was a Christian and all this stuff, And see, because something had to happen. You don't do that every day. I'm passionate about a lot of stuff, but do I go on Facebook or social media every day and post about it? No, because it's not really that important. But something had to happen to some of these people. Something happened to them in religion. Something happened that they're just not able to get over. And that's why, to exercise their demons now, they go on Instagram, they go on Facebook and talk about religion. And make the people who are religious feel bad. It's like, well, the stupid ish. I mean, so that means I'm stupid? Or you think I'm stupid? No. So, people, if you put too much into anything, it's not going to work. If you got a marriage, you put too much into your marriage, there's ways to do things. And those people who were overzealous Christians who thought they were going to get back what they put in. No, you don't get exactly back what you put in. But these people now, and like I said, they something happened to them in religion for them to do this. Something had to happen. Somewhere something went wrong, and they wound up hating God and hating religion, because you don't go on a tangent like that, like some of the people, what I'm talking about. You don't go on a tangent like that unless, you've been hurt. Just like you see celebrities fronting for different disabilities, like If they had a child that had cancer, they would lock on. They would be a spokesman for that, or or if something happened to them, they would be a spokesman for this or that. And so these people who hate God, Jesus haters, hate God because they didn't get what they didn't get what they expected to get out of being a religious person and worshiping God. They didn't get what they were supposed to get. And they are deeply troubled. These are some troubled people. Because you notice they're not telling you what happened to them in religion. Now, I don't know if it was, for the people that I know, I don't know if they were molested by priests or whatever, but they're not saying what went wrong. But it had to be something for you to be this vigilant where you go on social media every day and talk about religion. Every day talk about how stupid you were. Every day talk about how well you're doing without God. Every day. These people do this every day. So something happened. I don't know what, but something had to happen for them to be this way, to make it their life's purpose to go on social media every day and talk about God. Something had to happen. Something had to happen. Everybody, it's 8 minutes before the hour. It's about 5 minutes past 8 o'clock. So the show will probably end around 8:13 or so Eastern Daylight Time. I guess the time is going to change pretty soon. Y'all know what it is. We go back, and I think it's spring forward, fall back. Right. So pretty soon the time's going to go back, and you're going to lose an hour. So I'm so glad they do it on the weekend, because half of the country would not be at work if they did it on Monday. So it's a good thing they do it on Sunday, because you're not working anyway. And so a lot of people have just have decried that changing the time. Many people don't understand why they still do it, why they change the time from. So it's Eastern Daylight Time right now. And it's going to be Eastern Standard Time when the time goes. I believe that's how it goes, when the time goes back. Yeah, spring forward, fall back. So it goes an hour to give you an extra hour of daylight, and then it falls back to give you an extra hour of daylight in the winter months. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. So these people who God haters and Jesus haters, they put way too much into their religious experience, their religious. They put way too much into their religious experience, and now they're mad at God because they didn't get what they thought they should have got. I'm not gonna say no names, but I know who I'm talking about. And you don't want to be down with God. That's on you. But you don't have to spread it around. You don't have to discourage other people. Who are on their spiritual journey. So if they wind up like you, let them wind up like you naturally. But don't stop, going on social media and talking this nonsense about Christianity and religion. You had a bad experience. Okay, too bad. I'm sorry. I feel sorry for you. But don't spread that nonsense around to everybody else. Keep it to yourself, like I like to say. All right, 5 minutes before the hour. So like I said, I guess I'm the only person in the world that was thinking about Rudy Giuliani yesterday, as I watched some, listened to some of the, I wouldn't say festivities, but some of the goings on, the 9/11 memorial service, which was yesterday. And like I said, I'm probably the only person in the world that thought about Rudy Giuliani. But this epic fall for Rudy Giuliani Bill Clinton didn't fall that far, and he cheated on his wife in the White House. You would think Bill Clinton would be persona non grata right now, but no, Bill Clinton is still kicking, even after what he did. But this guy Giuliani was unable to survive what he did. And again, during the first moments of after 9/11, when Rudy Giuliani walked downtown with the mask on and there was dust and stuff everywhere, that was impressive. That was impressive that he came down there and did all that. Rudy Giuliani was the man in 2001. But he hooked himself up with Trump. He signed on to that ridiculous conspiracy theory. Him, Mike Lindell. Remember Mike Lindell, the Pillow Man? You don't see the Pillow Man on TV no more. The Pillow Man. Every now and then you might see him on Fox, but people won't even advertise his stuff anymore. A lot of people stopped buying his stuff because he logged on, he signed up with Trump, and look what happened to him. So the business is in ruins. If he still has customers, the only customers he have are the MAGA supporters. Those are the people that Mike Lindell has. But you see what happened? He was selling those pillows, Mike Lindell pillow, My Pillow. He was selling those pillows left and right. And then what happened? Just like Rudy Giuliani, he hooked up with Trump. He wound up getting sued by the voting machine people because he went on the air and he told those lies about the voting machine people and wound up getting sued right out of business. Because he went on national television and wherever he could get a microphone and he told those lies. He told those lies about the election and about the voting machine, the people who make the voting machines, that they trucked in votes from New Jersey. They took votes to Arizona when they were doing a recount. They dumped. It's just one psychotic, theory after another. And Mike Lindell hung on to it. He and for what? And see, for when he didn't get nothing. Bannon got jailed. The other guy, he got Trump exonerated him. So what do you get for you don't get any money, you don't get, nobody's trying to help Rudy Giuliani, nobody's trying to help Michael Cohen, nobody's trying to help all of the people, Michael Lindell, the people who have lost everything following behind Trump. So everything that Trump touches does not turn into gold, ladies and gentlemen. Some stuff turns into rust. Like the My Pillow factory and Mike Lindell, who held on to Trump and rolled the dice and wound up rolling snake eyes. Okay, 18 seconds left to the program. I want to thank everybody for joining me this evening on the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program. The Ron Kelly Show is a production of R. Kelly Media Enterprise LLC, and you can't use it. You can't use it. All right, we'll see you back here next week for another edition of the Ron Kelly Show. So until then, I'd like to say, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice, and that we may not have it all together, but together we can all have it all. Thank you so much. I think I'm done.